Now, we're going to talk about product to plan, and why are we talking about product to plan? About 3 years ago, a friend of mine who's not in this business asked me, he said, what is it with you Amway guys? And I said, what do you mean? He says, you're always running around talking about opportunity. He said, but you never talk about your products. He said, you've got great products. He said, why do you lead with opportunity and never lead with product? And I started going, well, that's kind of a good question. So 3 years ago, I started playing around with what I call product to plan. And so that's why. And then if you heard Frank Luntz yesterday, Frank said that the number one thing that resonates with prospects out there is the quality of our products. So what I've discovered the last 3 years is using a product out front can be really effective, and so that's what we want to talk to you about today and make sure you've got that. I'm going to cover 4 parts of the product approach. There's the how and why of the product approach. There's a thing I call trigger points. There's PV pathways, and then there's corporate support that's going to come behind that. So we're going to cover all 4 of those areas for you here today and have some fun with this. So why product approach? Let's take a look. 2 reasons to approach people in the beginning, all right? We want to share the opportunity with them. How many want to sponsor more people? Now I'm an ex-school teacher, okay? So you guys, are you with me, people? All right, you've got to be with me. You can't just be, this is not some boring corporate meeting. We're in Amway, right? We're IBOs, all right. So how many here want to sponsor more people? Okay, sure, that's good. All right, we all want to sponsor. We all want to get more clients, okay? But we want to get some, I'm an opportunity first guy because I know that if I can sponsor somebody and they're successful, that's more money for me, all right? And I'd like to think that it's a nice, I'm a nice guy, but I think that way too, all right? So that's important to understand. So that's important. Now, there's 2 ways to approach people. I can tell somebody it's Amway and I can defend Amway, all right? But I have a hard time teaching my new person to defend Amway. It's really a difficult proposition out there, and it takes months at least for somebody to be able to stand and defend the company. We're going to help you along with that today a little bit. I can talk to somebody about opportunity. I was telling the guy backstage, I can talk to you for hours and not tell you exactly what I'm doing. We can talk for hours about what I do. But I've been doing this for over 30 years. My new IBO can't do that. So what I've discovered is if you use a product out front, it's very easy to teach. And a new person can run with it almost in the beginning when they go product to plan. And so we're going to teach you something. It's very easy to teach. You're all in a leadership position in this room, so I'm not going to try to teach you how to be a leader. What I want to teach you how to do is take this back, customize it, and teach your people, especially your new IBOs, because we're going to get more new IBOs using product to plan, and teach you how to teach your new IBOs to approach people with our opportunity and with our product, okay? So that's where we're at on that, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. So we're going to focus, like I said, how to lead with product. Okay, now, a good approach must be simple. It has to be simple. It has to be easy to teach. It has to be quick. It has to be easy, and it has to work. That's important. I always tell our group, we don't want to teach you things that don't work. That's just kind of a big waste of time for everybody. So it's got to be those things. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, if we're approaching somebody about our opportunity, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the simplest, 10 being the most complex, where would you like your approach to be? A 1. You want to be simple, okay? Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, when you're approaching somebody, and this is important because you've all got people in your groups that are what I call blithering idiots, okay? Amoroids, I've heard all sorts of different names for them, okay? But they are so enthusiastic, they are so over the top, they scare people. And I've had guys, they say, dude, you got to slow down. You're scaring new people. You're scaring me, all right? And so what happens on a scale of enthusiasm, because you want to be enthusiastic, but you don't want to be in the blithering idiot category. So on a scale of enthusiasm, 1 being you have no enthusiasm, 10 being you're a blithering idiot, where do you want to be on the enthusiasm scale? A 5, 6, 7, right in there I think is good. I think 7's my number too, whoever said 7. That's a good number, okay, for me. But again, that's how you define your 1 to 10 scale, all right? So you want to have it simple, but you want to be enthusiastic when you do this. Look at Steve Woods up here. Did a great job. I told Steve backstage, I don't think anybody can follow you, but I'm going to try, all right? But that guy's an American war hero. He's got great enthusiasm. He just had the worst year of his life. He was board chairman, and you just answer hundreds of emails every day and phone calls, and as soon as there's a problem as board chairman, they think you can solve everything. And so your phone lights up. It's just unbelievable, okay? So he's come through a great year, and he's still fired up. That's a miracle standing up here today, okay? I mean, that's good stuff. I love Steve's enthusiasm. You have to have enthusiasm, but you don't want to be a blithering idiot, okay? So that's important. Now, let's go to the next slide. Pick your product. You want to pick something that you know, something that you like, something you can carry with you, all right? Something that's portable. You know, it's hard to move in, one of our big ticket items perhaps, but something you can carry with you, something that the people you talk to are going to relate to, and then you want to learn about that product. You want to be a brand ambassador with the product, and you want to be enthusiastic about the product. Now, the products that I personally, and this is me, my world now, doesn't have to be yours, that I've gravitated to are XS and Perfect Water, primarily, and let me tell you why. As I walk around and look at the world out there, I see 4 products being carried. Coffee, soda pop, energy drinks, and water. Now, do we want to compete with Starbucks? I don't think so, because they're selling a coffee shop. We don't want to have to open a coffee shop. Do we want to compete with Coke and Pepsi? Probably not. They probably got that market pretty well cornered. Now, can we compete with the energy drink market? We've proven that, okay? And water, if you go to the gym or you live in Southern California, everybody walks around with water. I don't know what it is down here, but everybody's walking around with water bottles in Southern California. So those are 2 areas that we can really compete, and that's what I call in people's wheelhouse. People use those products. You see people carrying them. People who aren't in, your prospects are carrying those products. Now, in addition to that, we're going to move from there. We're going to go into things like twist tubes. We're going to go into Rhodiola 110, the greatest baby boomer product in the history of the world, okay? Rhodiola 110 and lighted lip gloss, which I personally don't use. But it's a great conversation starter, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to use a product out front. So those are the things that I use, all right? Now, the product approach. You carry a product with you. I'm going to show you a picture in a couple of minutes of some samples and sample brochures that you can carry with you also. Sometimes your new IBOs are broke. They don't even have money to carry a product as a sample. They can carry a brochure in the beginning until they can afford to carry a sample, and I'll show you that, all right? Now, I carry the product with me everywhere. I'll carry a Perfect Water or an XS with me everywhere I go all the time. How often am I out in public without one of these products? Never. I'm always carrying this or a can of XS. I like the XS, and I'll tell you why I like XS. Because I can carry an empty can of XS and I can walk over and go like this and set it down someplace. And people will hear that sound and they'll go, and in fact, if you want to have fun, you do this. And you know what they do? They go, they look right at it. Okay, now that's what I call a real blatant approach, all right? So, something, you carry things around with you. Now, sometimes people will say, what is that? Or, you don't want to wait, you're not patient like me. I'll ask them, have you seen this product? And they'll go, no, what is it? Every time. Have you seen this product? What are you going to say? No, what is it? Every once in a while, somebody with this will go, maybe, you know. And then I'll say, well, let me tell you about it, if they say that. Now, if they say, no, what is it? Best energy drink on the planet. Best, highest quality, okay, the most exceptional, okay, energy drink, best drinking water on the planet. Now, what am I doing? I'm getting a conversation started. We got a little exchange going on. This is good, okay? You want to keep that going. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to wait. I'm going to carry the ball on that. I'm going to describe the product. I'm a brand ambassador. So I'm going to tell you this one has 0 sugar and 0 carbs. Okay? Only 8 calories in our high test caloried one, okay? 0 calories. Think about this stuff. This is cool, all right? Adaptogenic herbs, loaded with B vitamins. I tell people this is the most positive energy drink on the planet. Now, on this one, they put it right on the side of the bottle for you. Primo, purified, remineralized, ionized, microstructured, oxygen-rich, and NSF, this little blue dot. Go look up what it takes to be NSF certified. It's an exhaustive process.